place, rock the 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 place.
Good day, everyone, and hello. Welcome to this installment of We Talk Audio, a show in which we dive into the industry, the people on the industry, and the passion, the thread that ties us all together. Joining me today is Chris from Christie, and before I butcher this presentation further, I'd like to ask you to introduce yourself better and tell us something about yourself.
Thanks, Luca. That's great. No, pleasure to be here, Powersoft today. My background, I guess, it's always been audio. I started off, my career in Dolby in 98, so 25 years ago. Formerly before that, I was an engineering student, electronic engineering student, so I did a sandwich degree, did a placement with Dolby, started off doing some really funky projects there, through all that time I've been sort of working with audio in various companies, in the last 25 years.
25, yeah. That time is 25 years, so there must have been like many interesting development that you have witnessed, both in the audio world when you were working for Dolby and now that you are in Christie,
Absolutely.
Which is again a company that we collaborate with, and we've been doing so for the last 2 years, mainly with Quattro Canali. So what are some of those breakthroughs that you have witnessed during your career?
Of course. Well, as I say, my background was sound. Obviously now working with Christie, sound and projection, so particularly movie sound, so the film industry, if you like. But always on the product side rather than the artistic production side. We've been all the way from the introduction of sound formats, Dolby Digital, because we've gone from 35mm sound, film on soundtracks, through the digital cinema generation with now digital cinema soundtracks, 5.1, 7.1, Dolby Atmos. And then, of course, on my current role with Christie, more a transition from xenon projection to laser projection and 3D has been also a revelation in the cinema industry. So various roles, various sound and image positions, both technical and currently in sales positions as well. So.
Yeah, so your background and your studies are in engineering.
Yeah.
Then you started working for Dolby. I'm guessing on those funky projects will be products and technologies.
Absolutely.
And then you slowly, I'm guessing, moved from the engineering side to the sales and.
Absolutely.
Because of your personality, I'm guessing, and also.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, I've been in rooms full of engineers, and this is not how it feels. So it's definitely different. No offense.
No, we exactly. So I've always been passionate about audio. My first memories, really, I can remember, with my father's hi-fi system, just listening on the floor to music with my ear against the speaker. Yeah, absolutely. And just so from my earliest memory, I can remember literally with my head on a loudspeaker.
There you go.
Until now. So.
And there you go. So this industry is quite a tough one to bring new technologies and innovations to, because if it's not broken, why fix it?
Fix it, exactly.
Or if it works, why change it? But again, sometimes I feel from my point of view, which is definitely marketing and has a little bit less to do with the product per se, I feel like we are risking a little bit of stagnation.
Okay, yeah.
And sometimes I even see other brands. I don't want to say the word copy because it's definitely not the right word, but moving a little bit towards the same direction and really hoping for new technologies to be embraced. And there are many new technologies that are coming up now, and I'm just thinking about the last expos and conventions that we've been through. What are some of those that you think that are duds? And
Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay.
well, or maybe let's have a less loaded question. What are some of those technologies that are coming up? I'm thinking about immersive audio, for example, that are getting you amped up again.
Yeah. I mean, certainly in the cinema business, you know, it's increasingly competitive for cinema owners to stamp their place in the market, to differentiate. So, you know, we've seen trends from 3D. We've seen, you know, things for increasing comfort, reclining chairs, stadium seating, different food and beverage offerings, you know, all commercial offerings to try and improve their place in the market. But, you know, it does increasingly come back to the technology, the sound, the projection technology that they use. And immersive audio has for sure been a game changer in the cinema industry. A lot of, you know, that is the differentiator for many, where they're really able to, formats like DTSX or Dolby Atmos in theaters with sound obviously able to be panned, 128 objects, 64 channels in a single auditorium. The audio presentation has never been at a higher level. So this is, you know, in terms of innovation, I would say for cinemas, you know, in my industry, I wouldn't say there's so much copycat or stagnation. I would really honestly say that, you know, the sound, particularly in cinemas, has been at the, you know, absolute pinnacle as it is now. So it's really improved, you know, from, you know, in the last 5 to well, even early immersive audio for, you know, Dolby Atmos was launched maybe 10 years ago now.
So maybe you can give us a pointer on a couple places, maybe in Europe, I guess.
For sure, yeah.
That will that are up to your standards, because you're in the industry, so your standards must be pretty high. So
yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, one place that immediately springs to mind is the Cinecittà in Nuremberg in Germany, the Cine Magnum screen, which is the largest screen they have. I think it's 32-meter wide screen. It's an absolute ginormous screen. It's built in the old town of Nuremberg. It's underground. Oh, wow. So there are, I think, 5 or 6 maybe escalators down to reach this screen. It's Christie Audio equipped, so it uses our speakers. Oh. And has also Dolby Atmos formats as well. It's quite a spectacle, I can say. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome stuff. And let's get back to the people in the industry. So one thing I noticed in my short stint in this industry, because I haven't been in for 25 years like Chris here. I've only been in for like 8. It's the common drive that many people have, or if they don't have it to start with, because maybe they do a job in sales and they come from a completely different industry, they will eventually get the bug.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing to see the transformation of people, regular people, into little audio geeks.
Yeah, for sure.
We like to call them. And so what do you think on your line of work what are those traits that you're looking for in your line of
Wow.
work?
It takes all sorts really, but I think it's not afraid to get stuck in, not afraid to make mistakes. It's all about learning, making mistakes, but and having a good mentor as well. I think this is really important. Some of the old guys, I can say, that I've worked for in the past have been truly outstanding in terms of sharing their knowledge, their passion. So someone that's passionate, and above all, if you have the passion, the energy, a lot of hard work, not afraid to get down and dirty, and late nights sometimes. Those are the traits that you need to get on in this industry.
I'd say relentlessness as well. It's like it has to be one of the first ones, because depending on your line of work, but yeah, you gotta be relentless, and to be on top of your game, you gotta be on the you gotta know everything that is going on, and sometimes it's overwhelming, but on the other hand, you get exposed to many different ideas, people, and
exactly,
and it's so inspiring also sometimes.
Yeah, and you never stop learning. This is the thing. So you sometimes you're put in different environments, and you never stop learning from somebody, and you shouldn't ever stop learning. It should be your goal to learn something new in the day. And that's my mantra, I guess.
Awesome. All right. I think we can wrap this up for today. We can let Chris go to his merry way. And
thanks, Luca.
Thank you very much for being with us. And
pleasure, and thank you for hosting me. Yeah,
and
it's been delightful. Thank you.
There you go.